Hi, everyone. My name is Rita Jennings, and I'm here today with Horace Wu of Syntheia to tell you about our collaboration on a Gen AI application for Weil. Weil's approach to Gen AI has been focused on experimenting with lots of different tools and working with our practice teams on use case development. Our goal has been to find a use case that can be solved with a Gen AI tool and one that is also genuinely useful for attorneys in their practice. Some of the use cases we've tried include things like uploading a term sheet to see if we could generate a new document from it. We also tried uploading client playbooks to see how well they analyze contracts, like NDAs. And we've spent time working on summarization as well. We've tried summarizing amicus briefs, closing documents, news articles, and all sorts of content. The results of our experiments were somewhat successful, but not good enough that we felt that we had something that we could confidently roll out to our attorneys. The one exception was summarization. We found that our summaries were generally accurate and did not include hallucinations, as long as the uploaded document was limited in length. However, there still remained the mechanical challenge of getting the files into the Gen AI tool in the first place. This usually required downloading the content locally and then uploading to the Gen AI tool and then writing a prompt to get a good summary. We felt that this required too much time and effort for attorneys to find it really useful. Then one of our team members hit upon a really good idea. He said, what if we simply forwarded emails with file attachments to a summarization engine and had the summaries emailed back to the attorneys? We liked this idea because we knew that this mobile-first approach worked well with other use cases in the past. For instance, we have an email service where you send two documents to a comparison engine and receive back a blackline document. Likewise, we have an OCR engine where you can email documents to be returned as OCR PDFs. We felt that a summarization engine for email attachments that could simply be forwarded from a mobile device would provide yet another great service for our attorneys who are often on the go. So with this in mind, we began working with Horace on how this tool might take shape.
So with the help of the Weil team, we discovered there were at least 9 different types of summaries, depending on the content, the context, and the user. And since these summaries are served via email, we anticipated that users would not give us detailed prompts, and yet we had to make sure the summaries are highly relevant. To solve this UX challenge, we split the problem into 2 parts. First, how do we serve the most common needs immediately? And second, how do we give users a way to address more complex needs they probably have? As a starting point to serve the most common needs, each default summary gives users 3 categories of information without needing specific prompting. 1, an overview of the key points from the document. 2, the likely legal issues in the document. And 3, the actions you might want to take. We think the really novel part of our system is what we are calling a guided agentic approach. We didn't want an unchecked AI agent to decide what to summarize, but we knew we couldn't pre-script every type of document summarization that we needed. So we created a 2-prompt cycle that allowed the large language model some scope to be autonomous. The first prompt set out general instructions on how lawyers might look for issues to summarize in legal documents. And the second prompt asked the language model to read the email, understand the context and the history, and use that understanding to adjust the instruction prompt. We then used the augmented instruction prompt to create a summary of the documents. If a user wanted to go deeper, we created a web app where they can chat further with the documents and the emails. Each email response is permalinked to a separate chat so that users can pick up exactly where their emails have left off. And this overcame a key UX challenge of other tools. It takes a single click to interrogate the email and contents that lawyers have received.
We are really excited to get this in front of our attorneys and start hearing their feedback. We have a lot of ideas about where we can take this tool, but for our first pass, our goal is simply to establish what a good summary looks like, understanding that we won't get an answer that is 100% suitable for all attorneys. And if the summary is not exactly what they had in mind, we want to learn what next steps can we offer to get them what they need.
To accommodate continuous improvement, we built the system as a decision tree with many branches. And since all the interactions are logged, we can discover what worked, what didn't, and leverage the work from the past.
Looking ahead, we would like to optimize the summarization agent by connecting it to other sources of data, like our gold standard documents. These are key document precedents from prior transactions. We are also hoping to extend the summarization tool to web content. This would be really useful when attorneys are required to research and summarize articles and legal developments from websites.
We think the system can also help with collecting data and knowledge, like more gold standard documents.
We are excited about how we can continue to build on the summarization tool, and we're looking forward to working closely with our practice teams to refine our approach and add new capabilities. Thank you.